Good morning, everybody. Everybody still okay? Thanks, Joe, for the wonderful presentation. Mine will be a bit shorter. I'm here to present you the company I work for, which is Logica. My name is Pieter van Hees. I'm a client service manager, which means I basically have to keep the clients happy and my sales director on the other side. So I'm a bit between the two parts. The funny thing is, 6 years ago, I was sitting right there, where you all are. I started at Logica at a big company, in contradiction to Joe. I started as a developer in Microsoft. I ran a bit to the part, developer, analyst, and 2 years ago I started as a client service manager. So, we have a lot of potential. Quick agenda, I talk a bit about Logica, about the group, what we're doing, who we are, and then we'll go a bit into detail about the career possibilities we have for you. So, the Logica group. I'm going to start with a small video, a video I really like. It's a video from a couple of years ago, I believe 2007. It's a bit about the Logica feeling. I guess I have to get it started on the laptop.
A breeze. And I see a whole army of my talented colleagues. And I ask, what would you do without a challenge? Would you be willing to trade an unfulfilling career for one chance, just one chance, to tell this ICT project? It may take our energy, but it will never take our mentality to innovate and create sustainable business value!
This is what a regular day at Logica feels like. Well, slightly romanticized.
Okay, I have to admit, it is slightly romanticized, but it's quite cool. So, okay, who is Logica? We are a major IT force in the world, but we are especially present in Europe. Our headquarters are in the UK. We have a lot of people working for us, as you can see. We have a big part of the company sitting in the Netherlands, in France, in the UK, as I said, and of course in Belgium. In Belgium, we are with 350 people. We had some difficulties, but we're standing up again this year, and we will be present in the future. So, things you know, maybe who of you knows Zoomit? Please raise your hands. All right, very good. Zoomit is an application we developed a couple of years ago. It's getting more and more common, used by the bankers in the world, by everybody who has to make a simple payment. If you have to pay your phone bill, you just go to your internet banking, you get the bill, and you can see how much you have to pay. You just said, okay, I will pay, enter your code, and your money is gone. The money is not coming to us before you attack me. So these are the things we do worldwide. For example, we are managing the 150 satellites orbiting around the world. So pretty cool stuff. There are things we do in the UK. We are present in space and defense. For example, a colleague of mine, actually, he is sitting right now in Afghanistan on the NATO base. So he's protected by bulletproof things and all that. The only thing he has to do is giving support to the soldiers on Microsoft infrastructure. Okay. In Belgium, we don't do these fancy things, but we have the big enterprise clients. So, for example, KBC, ING, the banks, as I told you by the Zoomit story. We have InBev. I think you all know very good who InBev is. Yeah, you know the rest, Electrobel, the big companies. So. Okay, we're managing all this by working together with 3 big companies. The biggest one, of course, is Microsoft. We have over 6,000 certified Microsoft consultants working for us worldwide, and I guess 40 of them will be located in Belgium. Yeah. So, the other one is SAP and Oracle. We are on EMEA level Microsoft's prime cloud partner, which means we will go to the customers side by side and we will try to convince them from considering cloud into adopting cloud solutions. We get the support from Microsoft, and Microsoft is getting the support from our side by delivering the consultants. Okay, so what's important for you maybe? Careers at Logica. As I told you before, I started at Logica 5 years ago as a consultant. We do some pretty cool things in Belgium. We are divided in 8 competence centers. One of them, the one where I started, is Microsoft. We have within a competence center a couple of group leaders, a couple of guys who are very into the technical details. They keep us up to date, they provide us with presentations. It's a great way to stay up to date with the new technology. It's a great way to work together with your colleagues and to know what they're doing and what you're doing. Very important to have those team mindset. So, this is a bit about career possibilities. You always start in the middle. You can grow wherever you want. You can make side steps, just as I did 2 years ago. So we are really working on career, and we are investing in your innovation. If you are interested, or if you have any question about Logica, if you want to drop in your CV, please don't hesitate to step by our booth, the small stand in the expo hall. We are giving away a couple of free Windows phones if you come by and just write on your name, your email address, etc. That was it. I hope you enjoyed the Logica presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It works. It works? Nice.
First going to display a short movie. No?
Why? First movie?
Yeah, okay, go.
I can. Okay. So, hello everybody. Welcome. I'm a student like you, so don't be afraid to ask questions. I'm here. It's cool, I'm open. So, social networks are serious businesses. Facebook contains 800 million of users. Twitter contains 300 million of users. It's a huge, huge cake. And this cake isn't a lie. And here, I will explain you how to create a Windows Phone 7 application using the Facebook API. Let me introduce myself. My name is Junano Dore. I'm a Microsoft student partner from the Microsoft Innovation Center, Mons. I will speak only about the public information about Facebook because I don't have the time to speak about the entire API. So let's talk about the next slide. So what are we going to do? We will retrieve some public information from Facebook to make a Windows Phone 7 application. What are the advantages of this kind of application? First, it's really important for the company to show that they are connected. Second, this application is an easy way to convert pages into commercial applications, like for Tech Days Belgium, Coca-Cola, etc., etc., etc. Of course, this kind of application can be used with some other APIs like Twitter, like LinkedIn. There are some other APIs. And of course, this application is direct contact with customers and fans, etc. So I will show you a little demonstration of the application I've made. It's a cheat. I've made the video. So we can see here the Facebook page about Tech Days Belgium. I deploy the application. We can see Visual Studio. It loads. It takes some time because it's on the emulator. And we have a result. So let's compare the page and the application. The countdown to Tech Days has begun, exactly 2 weeks, etc., etc., etc. We can see 8 people likes, even in the page 8 people likes. So the application is correct. We'll stop. Oh yeah, we will compare one of our posts. if you think it's a cheat. So 1 day ticket for the deep dives day, 1 day ticket for the deep dives day. The application is correct. So let's go to the next slide. Now I'm going to explain how to create this application. First, you need to create an application on the Facebook website. With this application, we will retrieve two informations: an app ID, indicated in red, and an app secret, indicated in blue. With these two applications, we will retrieve one access token, indicated in green. We will use these two informations and a special link to retrieve this access token. With this access token, we will retrieve we will use an access token in another link. We will retrieve a JSON file. The JSON file represents all the Facebook page. We can see here, it's just a part of the JSON file, of course. Countdown to take days has begun. It's the first post. We can see 8 likes, etc. So now we have the data. Let's talk about the Windows Phone 7 application. If you have any questions, I'm available. Don't be afraid. I'm a student like you. So now we will create a web client. A web client is a special object from Silverlight which allows download some contents using a link and sometimes some args. Here we will use this app ID and app secret I've spoken earlier to retrieve the access token. So we have the access token now, and we will use the other link I spoken earlier to retrieve the result. After that, we will use one special framework in Visual Studio, framework JSON.NET. It is a framework, in fact, related to all the JSON file. So we will create a G-object related to the result. The G-object represents the JSON file, in fact. So the G-object represents the Facebook page. After that, we will divide this G-object into G-token. Each G-token represents each post of the Facebook page. And after that, we can retrieve some information about each post. We can retrieve the username, the message, and the links, of course. That's all for the C# part. Do you have any questions? No? Okay. I let you sometimes to take some notes. After, we will speak about the XAML file. Do you have already made an Windows Phone 7 application? No? Okay. So here we have the XAML file. We will create a list box which contains some text block. Each text block is related to the information we will retrieve. Here we have a text block related to the username, to the message, and the link. And that's all for my presentation and for the application. So if you need to contact me, you can contact me with my blog. We can send me a mail. We can follow me on Twitter. You can join me on LinkedIn, etc. Do you have any questions? No. Nice.